It's comedian Reno Collier joining us from Greater Nashville. And,
yes, sir.
Are you up to speed on the tearing down of the goalposts?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
We've been talking about that all morning.
The funniest quote I saw was when Vanderbilt won was the nerds will inherit the turf.
And a chick was telling me they carried that thing 3 miles to the river. That's amazing.
And chucked it in the Cumberland.
Yeah. And I guess the fire department retrieved it, and they're going to be fined $100,000. And then we have determined what a new one is, like $18,000 for a new goalpost. We're not sure if that includes the install.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Or the delivery.
If we get COVID again, I'll probably be the one putting it in.
Okay. Reno Collier is a stand-up comedian and a very handsome man. Your beard is looking good. It's kind of I noticed that on the lower left, it's getting a little bit kind of matching gray to the other side.
It's trying to catch up.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a thing going on. Do you trim that yourself, or do you go to a professional?
No, I trim it myself. My wife thinks birds live in it, but it's it's kind of badass. I like it. Yeah. I can't do like a real long one. Here's what it is, dude. It's falling out up here, and I think subconsciously I'm trying to have people look down here.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I don't know.
Yeah. So
I really don't care.
You're trying to distract them from your forehead. You're doing great. You got a lot of hair up there.
It's all right,
looking good.
It's coming out, but
you look
I don't care.
You look like a Civil War general.
Yep.
Dude, I hear that more than you would ever know, my friend Jeff Ospey. On a daily basis, I'm asked to read letters to home.
I think the contemporary glasses take away a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No. Do you need
Are these contemporary?
Relatively speaking, I was considering an insult, but implying that
Bring it. I don't care.
Implying they were out of fashion, but I don't know anything about glasses. All I know is that there was a style in the early 80s where the bar on the side came down and attached at the bottom.
Yes.
And everybody, remember this, Reno? Everybody had their initials in the lower corner. That was the stupidest thing. And
then rhinestone.
I forget which one of our guests said he went to see Ronnie Millsap, and Ronnie Millsap had RM in giant letters on the two glasses.
Christy,
he was blind, you see.
You're the glasses expert. Don't those look like the ladies' glasses that Reno's wearing a little bit? I think they do.
They're men's. I got them at Sam's Club.
Okay.
Well, okay.
All right.
They're men's glasses.
They look like maybe it's the lighting.
They're gray, right?
They look
like
a little
hair?
light purple to me.
They're gray like my hair. Yes, Christy. And the lenses are bald like my forehead.
Whatever you say, ma'am.
I did not say bald.
Now, Reno,
your name is Chick, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's good.
Reno, do you wear them on stage?
Nah. I can see they're the three tier ones, like
trifocals,
progressives.
Yeah, and I can see well enough to not wear them on stage. I don't like them; they bother me. But I read these things, so it's
Well, but Christy, progressive and Reno have never been used in the same sentence.
Except for insurance.
Very angry when he talks about progressive on stage.
Somebody gets angry. I know that.
Reno Collier is our guest, distinguished comedian. And Reno, I don't have your schedule in front of me. I apologize.
No, it's all good, man. I got it. It's October 17th through the 20th. I'm at the St. Louis Funny Bone. Or October 17th through the 20th. And then October 24th through the 26th, I'm in Chattanooga at the Comedy Catch. Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, while I'm at it, a real quick one. Greg Warren in Louisville at the Comedy Caravan, 10, 11, 12 with Willie G.
Oh, fun.
All right. And Greg has that great new podcast out there. I certainly would recommend that. And you also have a podcast, right, Reno? Check?
No.
I thought you were doing...
Yeah. I did a bunch of Sober Talk that you can get anywhere that podcasts are done. I go in. They're really fun, man. They're not as funny as, not a comedy thing as much, but it's
So it's much like this segment so far.
Public service.
yeah, it's exactly like this, except every once in a while someone says the word alcoholic.
But they do it anonymously. They
Yeah,
don't say who they are.
I have a question. I have a question for you. Do you? What was your drink of choice back when you were a drinker? May I ask?
Coors Light with a back of Jack Daniels.
Okay, now do you?
Holy hell!
I was just reading about this. I was not aware of this, but they have brand name booze without the booze now.
Oh God, yeah.
So, which is weird to me.
They're not a sponsor, right?
No.
That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life.
Do you drink any of the alcohol-free beers? I know those are much more common.
No, hell no. That's the last thing I need is that rooting around in my head about how good it tastes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay off of it, man. And whatever I don't want to say the names of
No,
them.
I think it's great if people like them. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great if you like it. You're not going to get drunk and you're going to pee all the time and you look like a raging alcoholic. Just drink a Diet Coke and who cares?
Okay.
You know?
Similarly, in the world of smoking, there are all kinds of different things. You've got the patch. And you've got those
Nicorette gum or whatever.
the
Zen.
Yeah, a friend of mine goes through a whole pack of that Nicorette gum every day. He never is not chewing it.
Well,
What is the Zin? Is that a pouch?
It's a packet. It doesn't have any tobacco in it. It's just
Just
nicotine.
the nicotine. Okay, so that's
And
better.
you just stick it in and no one can tell it's there. You can swallow it. It's not the packet itself, but they're
juices?
easy, dude. Yeah, you can hide out with those. No one even knows they're in.
Did you ever try any of that stuff?
I did all. Well, it depends on if I'm talking to my friend Tom or to my health insurance company. I'm not absolutely not, Tom. I'm anti-drinking, anti-smoking.
Yeah, well,
Never tried either one of them. Don't care for them.
no, I know, but you do have your podcast about sobriety.
That's just to help other people. That has nothing to do with me, Tom.
Is there one to quit smoking? Is there like a bunch of people talking about how much they loved cigarettes back in the day?
I can tell you this. If someone's doing a podcast about stopping drinking, they will not say don't smoke. Because outside of any group of people that quit drinking, they are sucking down lung darts like freaking Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Can you smoke at AA meetings?
Outside. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't go. But if I did,
sorry.
yeah,
Okay.
That's always my favorite, Reno, when I drive by a church at like 7 o'clock at night and there's 19 guys outside just chain smoking and you're like, oh, there's an AA meeting in there tonight.
Well, whatever works.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Episcopals are tearing it up out in front of that place today. What's going on in there?
I see. Okay. Well, Reno, are you ready to do a little speaking? Or
Yes, sir, I am.
Are you ready to do a little speaking?
Well,
countrified take?
Let me just say something real quick, Reno. The reason I worded it that way, we have a story coming up, and I don't know if any of you guys saw this. When I saw this, I started laughing. The president of Argentina is being accused of stealing a speech from that TV show, The West Wing.
Yeah.
Obviously translated.
Yeah, but he did it in front of the United Nations General Assembly.
Hilarious. So anyways, I just want to say, to preface your remarks, none of these remarks were written by Aaron Sorkin.
No.
That's right.
Is that okay to say that?
Not one.
Okay,
yes,
go ahead.
Sir.
You can go now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So as you know, I live in the South, and the South is known for gossip, almost like it's ingrained in our DNA. Now, I don't know about in the men, but as far as I can see, it's everywhere. So many conversations start with phrases like, don't tell anyone I told you this, or you ain't gonna believe what I just heard. And whatever comes out of their mouth after following that, ooh, it's gonna be juicy. I remember we had just moved into a new neighborhood, and I came home off the road. And when I pulled up in front of my house, there were a group of women in a pack staring at the house next to me, circled with police tape. There was an ambulance, a fire truck, and like 7 cop cars. The women were visually upset. I walked over to them and asked them, what in the hell happened here? The first one spoke up. Well, You didn't hear it from me, but that man in that house was having an affair with Cindy across the street. And his wife came in and just started shooting up the place.
Wow.
Cindy came running out screaming. The wife just kept on fire until Cindy got in her house, and then she took off into the woods. Cindy should have known better, but hell hath no fury like a Baptist woman scorned. I walked over to the cop putting up the police tape, and I asked him, "Did y'all catch Cindy?" He said, "Who's Cindy? Is she the one that walks the dogs?" I said, "I guess that's code for screwing around with cops, huh?" He said, "What's wrong with you?" "There's a woman that walks his dog. She went to take him for a walk and found the homeowner at the bottom of the steps. He slipped and hit his head. She ran across the street and immediately called us." And I'm like, "So no gun? No cheating on his wife?" The cop said, "Well, he was 92 and lived alone." "Were you talking to those hens over there?" "Oh, God. Yes, sir." "Well, there you go." Now, I feel like those women should be ashamed of themselves. It's disgusting. That poor man isn't there to defend himself anymore, and they just ramble on and on and on with no repercussions. For instance, Josh isn't in the studio today. He's on a fishing trip with his brothers. I mean, I guess if you want to call going to a furry convention a fishing trip, that's up to you. Look, that's none of my business. I'm not here to speak out of turn. I mean, when Josh tells me there is no Bob and Tom show without him, and he's sick of backpacking all y'all, look, that's between you, not me. That's between you and the hundreds of other people he said that to. I mean, sure, his ringtone is "Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show, starring Josh Arnold." But that is his personal business. I mean, is it weird that he has a calendar hanging in his garage and each month has a different picture of Jeff Oskade going to the bathroom at a different rest area across the country? Of course it is. It's disturbing. But that doesn't mean we should talk about it when he's not here to defend himself. For God's sakes, the poor guy has 6 nipples. And quite frankly, that is nobody's business but his and the 6 micro wrestlers he has living in cages in his basement. So look, I say collectively, let's not start rumors about people that can't defend themselves, and let's stop the gossip. In the words of Josh Arnold, I love to shoplift. I'm Reno Collier, and that's my country folks.
That's known as slander because it was spoken of. Hey, thanks, Reno. Once again, Reno Collier, Chattanooga, coming up the 24th and 25th. And then it's also, what is it? It's called the Comedy Catch. And all the way
Choo-Choo.
Yeah, all the way through the 26th. So check out Reno Collier. Thanks, Reno. Always
Thanks,
a pleasure.
guys. Have a great week,
Reno.
everybody.
The beard looks very nice.